Hi, my name is Assaf Kehati. I'm a jazz guitarist and composer, and I'm here today to make you a better jazz guitarist and composer. And today I want to talk with you about how to choose a guitar teacher. Guitar teacher was and still is the best way to get some progress done and to get you to the next level. Whether you're a beginner, a total beginner, or whether you are professional or intermediate, a good teacher is very, very important, and it's very important to know how to choose a good teacher, because you're going to be committed. The teacher has the full picture of where you are and where you're going to be. He's going to prevent you from making mistakes. He's going to give you good foundations. He's going to expose you to different types of thinking, give you inspiration. Maybe you're playing for 30 years rock and roll and you want to start playing jazz. Maybe you're playing jazz for 50 years but you want to actually switch to classical. Maybe you never played an instrument and you want to start. A good teacher is going to be really what's going to make a difference, okay? Doesn't matter what is your level. So the question is, what stuff you need to think about when you're going to choose a teacher? So some stuff to consider. One thing is where, and keep in mind that today it doesn't have to be your next door neighbor or somebody in your neighborhood that's going to teach you guitar, but you can basically go online and find almost any teacher you like and basically set up some Skype lessons. Whether you live in the United States or in Germany or in Thailand or anywhere, you can study with anybody in the world, okay? So just keep that in mind. Another thing that a lot of people are concerned about is money. How much are the lessons? And this is also, it's basically up to you. Try to see what is your monthly budget for lessons, okay? And then when you find somebody you really want to study with, just try to evaluate how many lessons you can do with him or her a month, and think about the value that the person is giving you, not necessarily how much is a lesson. Because you can take 50 lessons with somebody very, very cheap and not get anywhere, but you can take 10 lessons with somebody really, really good and you have a very structured lesson and a lot of materials that you actually need, and you're going to gain a lot more for the same money, okay? Another thing is style matching, okay? If you're into jazz, get a jazz teacher. If you're into classical, get a classical teacher. If you're into rock or blues, get a rock or blues guy, okay? If you're into like folk, get somebody that's playing kind of the type of music that you want to learn. Okay, if you're a beginner, maybe it's not that important. Try to get somebody that maybe know a few different styles. There's no one teacher that knows all the styles, and there's no one teacher that is like really, really good at playing all the styles. But some people played 5 years classical, and then they play 10 years jazz, and then they play 5 years rock, and they have a really good knowledge in different fields. So try to evaluate if you're kind of going for something that you really like, or you're not sure and you want somebody that can teach you a few different styles. Another thing is a music degree. In the past, not a lot of people had music degree, but these days a lot of people, professional musicians, they go to music school and they have a degree. Doesn't mean your teacher have to have a degree, but I think it's a plus in my eyes when I go to study with somebody that he has a degree, maybe undergrad or master's or maybe something even higher. That means he did intensive studies of music, and he has a lot of knowledge in different areas like harmony, ear training, solfege, reading music, composing, music history, improvisation, a lot of stuff, which is, it's really great to have somebody like that because he can give you a very, very structured and detailed lesson or lessons in a certain topic that you might need, okay? So you can ask when you call or you email a teacher, you can ask, again, how much you charge, what is your main style, do you have a music degree, and then kind of just evaluate, get a few points for each thing you're asking, you can say, oh, this is 2 points, this is another 2 points, another 2 points, and it looks like a good teacher. Again, so he doesn't have to have a music degree, but for me it's a plus. Another thing is his experience. Ask about his experience. How many years does he teach? Does he teach like only private lessons? Did he work with like different levels, different ages? Does he give some workshops? Does he teach at university? This is also, for me it's important. I like somebody that has been out there, you know, did things, know, again, maybe a little bit different styles, taught different ages and different levels. It means he's flexible. He has like kind of a healthy approach, and he can work with different people, okay? Even if you're 50 years old and you think, yeah, it doesn't matter if you worked with kids or not, it's nice that you know that this teacher did different things and not only know kind of just one thing, okay? Another thing is, if I mean, asking yourself basically, if he is a pro, okay? If he's, you know, other than teaching, does he perform, compose music, arrange music, maybe lead his own band, maybe playing in other people's band? And I think again, this is the same. If he's only teaching, it's cool, but I think a good teacher is also somebody that is out there and he's doing other stuff also in music, okay? It means he has more inspiration to do stuff. It means also that kind of he knows more where to lead you, because it's not the guy that just finished music school and started teaching full time and never really experienced the real world. And he might be lacking of some things that you need, okay? Again, it doesn't mean, I'm not saying yes or no, I'm just giving you a few things to think about, okay? It's cool to take somebody that never performed as your teacher, okay? I'm just saying, like, think about those aspects, and you know, you decide for yourself what is more important to you, but I'm just putting it out there, some stuff for you to think about. Another thing that you can ask him, if he's working on different things, different styles, one style, different aspects of music, and again, you can see from his answer, he might be working on you know, again, improvisation, ear training, technique, and I find this all very, very important, that a teacher doesn't only work just giving you like guitar solos, lesson after lesson, like for 50 lessons, and that's it, okay? I like a teacher that, yeah, he's giving you guitar solos, but he's giving you strumming patterns, he's giving you lessons about how to improvise, how to compose. If you spot something that you're weak with, for example, your rhythm sense is very weak, so he would give you a few rhythm lessons. Or even if your rhythm is strong, it's really great to have rhythm aspect, okay? So so try to ask him about like what stuff does he work on with his students, okay? Another thing kind of connected to that, if he's flexible, again, if he has a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, working with different students for many, many years in different settings, if he's experienced in playing, you know, different places, all that, it's really great. But also, if he's done all that, he's also flexible. But I want you to kind of make sure that he's also flexible. Flexible, again, in terms of he can basically tailor a program to you, you know, to your needs, okay, to what you need to learn. And again, you can just ask him, how does he work with every student, kind of try to get the sense of it. Different people like to also study different. So I think a good teacher should recognize what is the type of learning of the student and kind of go with that, which is great. For example, if the student is really kind of all by ear, so okay, you can acknowledge that as a good teacher and go with that. This is one thing to do, and I think another thing to do is actually to challenge the student and take him also out of his comfort zone and give him assignment. For example, if he's all by ear, do that a lot and kind of go with it. This is kind of the natural abilities of his student, which is great, so you should go with that. But you can also challenge a student and say, okay, I want you to read music. I know you're really good by ear, but do that. Or the opposite, somebody that is really mathematical and only like reading and like analyzing. He said, okay, a good teacher would, yeah, give him a lot of stuff like that, because this is who he is. You don't want to change that. So you go with kind of the mathematical head, go with him, but also at the same time tell him, okay, now just improvise by ear. I'm not going to tell you what the chords are, just do it, and kind of try to balance, the student. And last thing, which is very, very important, is just your personal feeling. Do you feel that you're connected with that teacher? Okay, just your feeling. Go to his website, see his pictures, see if he has some videos on YouTube. Just kind of see how he teaches, how he speaks. See a few videos if he perform, okay? Do you like the music? It doesn't mean he has to be your favorite artist of all time, but kind of you're connected to the way he playing. Does it sound stiff to you? Does it sound interesting to you when you speak? Does it sound interesting? Does it sound boring? When you play, the same thing. Does it sound interesting or boring, So basically go and research a little bit, Maybe he has a few articles online about how he teaches. Or again, a video. Maybe he has a few CDs. Maybe buy one CD and just listen to it, or just listen on iTunes or something like that. And just feel if you feel connected to that teacher, if he's going to inspire you. So before you're going to choose your next teacher, try to think about all those aspects and see how you feel about each one. Please leave me any comments or questions here below this video. I'm answering everything personally, and I wish you the best of luck in finding your new teacher.